All I need is the love of my crew. The whole industry can hate me, I thug my way through. And all I need is a chick to hold a jammy like Meth and Mary, like Marvin and Tammy.
Hey, what's up everybody? Nurse Mark here. Hope everybody's doing great and welcome to End of Shift. I talk about anything related to nursing, relationships, and current social issues. I start with my SBAR report and I end with a rapid response. This channel is to create open discussion about various topics, so please be sure to subscribe and share with all your friends and family. I would greatly appreciate it. Now, let's end this shift. I had a real problem. I was applying to any type of job. Most of my day, I was literally looking at the computer like, I didn't know what I was doing with my life. I was applying to all different types of jobs. Anything that said nurse, I was like, oh, let me get it. I gotta go. Let me apply. And man, it was super overwhelming. I realized I had a serious situation. When you're looking for a job as a nurse, ain't no problems, homie. That's not the problem. The problem is, where do you apply? Because there's so many fields. There's a clinic, there's hospitals, there's psych facilities, there's home health agency, there's traveling. You can't really do that as a new grad, so you need to get some experience. There's wellness centers. I mean, just there's schools. Just think about anywhere a nurse could be, and some places that you don't even know a nurse can be. There's even laboratories where there's nurses. So yeah. So your boy's over here sitting here like, man, I really don't know what to do right now. I've applied to all these places, but is this what I really want? And so let me just, inform some people, because I'm really talking to my new graduates here, looking for that first new job. And congratulations, by the way, for passing. Welcome, my nurses and my nurses. Nurses, for all that don't know, means male nurse. Yes, it's gonna trend. Don't worry about that. Anyway, so like I was saying, there are the background on looking for a job. You're never gonna have a problem, ever, looking for a job as a nurse. There's just so many fields. On top of that, when you just dive into a hospital, there's so many floors. I mean, we all know this, right? There's an OB floor, there's a peds floor, there's an ER floor, there's an ICU floor, there's a telemetry floor, med surg. They can break up the ICUs in different types of ways. I mean, the possibilities are endless, and it can give you a migraine. And it doesn't even have to end at the hospital. You can also be a case manager. You want to be a skilled nurse, or you want to be a more administrative nurse. So that's the background on the various fields in nursing. So I'm sitting, chilling again as I'm applying to several jobs, and I'm like, man, this needs to stop. I need to assess my situation, and I need to figure out how am I going to break this down to apply to jobs that I want, because I was getting calls left and right, and I'm like, that job kind of sounds kind of whack. And the other jobs, I was like, oh, okay, where you at? They're like, we're in Ohio. Bruh, this is not working. So this is what I came up with. When you went to clinical, everybody knows which setting you were more comfortable with. Start there. I personally loved the critical care unit and the psych unit. For you, it could be something different. One, know what setting you were more comfortable in clinicals. Were you more comfortable in a hospital, or were you comfortable somewhere else? Like, if you were more comfortable in theory than you were in lab, maybe you shouldn't go to the hospital. Just stop. But if you were more comfortable in the hospital, then let's talk about the unit, which is the second criteria. What unit did you like? I mean, you had to know. There had to be one unit that you were just like, ugh, And there had to be other units where you were like, and there had to be places where you were just like, I guess. Next thing, let's talk about, let's be real right here. Let's bring it down. Look at my face. If you're a new grad, you're probably living at home, or you're probably living in a situation where it's not your own place, and you're trying to get out. So if you have the option, stay close to home so you can save your money and you can get out of the house. Location is a big deal, okay? Unless you know that the job is going to pay you so much money that you can afford that, go ahead, go ahead with your bad self. But I prefer, and I think location is a big deal. The closer you are, the better it is for your pockets. Next criteria, is basically, is it a new grad program, or is it a preceptorship program, or is it just an orientation for 6 weeks? It depends on your preference. If you're a fast learner, you can do either or. Now, day shift versus night shift. Whew, I can go all day, get it, day, on this topic, but it just depends on your preference, man. Day shift has a lot of benefits. Day shift, to me, the way I see it, is that you can start working, with all the healthcare providers. But if you're a night shift, you don't get that as much and you don't get to interact with them. But again, you do I would say the pro is that you have that opportunity to kind of slowly jump into it. All places, all floors, all areas are different, but that's where I see is that you kind of have more of an alone time, more of a, intimate relationship. But if you need help, you may not get it as quickly as you would during the day, but you also don't have the family, the doctor, and all the busy jazz happening to you while you're trying to do your job. So just think about that. Yes, of course, day shift pays less than night shift, but just to let you know, if you do night shift for the rest of your life, you have shortened your lifespan by 5 years. Now, I don't know if you appreciate your life. If you do, then 5 years is kind of a lot, but you are making money. So again, you can also be healthy, work out, and not eat bad food. But that's another episode for another day. And the last criteria, the money, y'all. This is the lesson of the day. Money is not everything. Here's an example. Person applies to a case manager position. It's going to pay them about $95,000 a year. Sounds like good money, right? But this person doesn't know what they want to do. But they have a feel for working in the hospital. They want to be a skilled nurse, right? They then get a position they also get the opportunity to work at a hospital, let's say the ER, but they're paying probably $75,000 a year. Most people are like, oh, I want to go where the money is because I'm trying to get at my house. That's the main goal. We're trying to come up. But think about this. 1 year as an ER nurse, you can project to so many different places. You're skilled. You are a commodity. Your hands are amazing to any employer. But if you become a case manager, yes, the money you get is a lot, but you pretty much plateaued right there. Your first year is so important. Trust me. And make sure you go to a hospital. Make sure you work somewhere where you can use the skills that you went to school for 4 years, or those who want an accelerated program, 2.5 years. Go learn that. Don't waste it all. Even if you want to become a psych nurse. I had a professor tell me she knew she was going to be a psych nurse, and she was like, what's the point of working on my skills? I don't agree with that. I think you should work your first year and use those skills. You paid all that money. Like, why not? Then after your year, if you really feel like you're not comfortable, unless you can't handle blood, which some nurses can't. Honestly, that's not a problem. I'm not going to judge on that. It's true. But if you feel like you can handle that, try yourself out in the hospital or some type of facility where you can work on your nursing skills. Once you've assessed that and you feel like, it wasn't for me, then go wherever you want to go. But I'm telling you, you're going to be so much valuable to them. Even if you want to become a case manager, but you had 1 year skills, they're going to be like, oh, this person is going to get paid a little bit more, because for any reason, if somebody was to go down or whatever, we know this person has the skill to take care of it. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't hurt you. It only helps you. So rapid response breakdown real quick. The way it works. 1, I either rant about anything that really has nothing to do with what I just talked about in my S-bar. 2, I reply back to whatever you want to discuss. And 3, just random questions sent to you guys, and I wait for the response. Okay? With the NBA fans, you got Kobe, you got LeBron, and you have Jordan. Who you going to cut, who you going to bench, and who you going to start? Harder than an NCLEX question. I know. NFL fans, just want to hear you guys' predictions on who's going to win the Super Bowl and why. Okay? And I hope you guys are being safe out there with the draft, because that's scary. This is my first time doing it, and I suck. I'm just going to put it out there. I suck. Thank you, everyone. End of shift is over. Like I said, please be sure to subscribe. Take care. One love.
Yo, G, they can't stop me from rapping, can they? Can they hop? I spit it through the wire, man.